Welcome. Good evening. We are very happy to be with you tonight to tell you more about the online MBA. We'll be able to give you some information on the program, and then we'll be able to answer any question that you may have. We will start. I'm supposed to be with my colleague Miriam, but I don't see her, so maybe she had some. Miriam, you are back. Good evening, Miriam.
Good evening, François. Good evening, everyone. I am Miriam Horash. I'm a senior program officer at Africa Business School, and I am working with François Terrain on this program.
So let's start with the presentation. You will see we've got a few slides, not too many, but to make sure that you've got the minimum information to on the program, and mostly to be able to answer your questions. So I don't know if you see my presentation now. Is it okay? Yes, it is okay.
Yes, we do.
Good. So I'm François Terrain, and I'm the Director of Open Programs, and particularly for tonight, in charge of the online MBA. And we are with Miriam Horash. She introduced herself already. So Miriam, can you tell us a bit more about the program and what are the main features of the MBA, please?
Thank you, François. So here are the main features of this program that hopefully can give our audience most of the information they might want to know about the program. So this online MBA is organized to last 18 to 21 months. We actually give those 3 extra months for the students to finish their dissertations or other. And the program is in English and fully online. So about the structure, we got 4 intakes per year: January, April, July, and October. The next cohort will start on July 12 in 1 month, and each intake is separate from the other. We got 7 core modules that are compulsory, and maybe we will give more details about them later. We got 3 electives to choose among a list. We'll talk about it later too. We also have an action learning project, and maybe François will come back later to this topic, and yes, of course, a dissertation. One of the features of this MBA is the coaching, and we got so many questions about it. So there will be a certified, experienced coach assigned to each participant with regular sessions to accompany them through the program. Actually, the coach will follow the participants to help them work on skills or competencies that they would like to develop during this program. The coaching sessions are linked to the modules and the growth of our participants. And there is one thing I'd like to add is that the coaching sessions are private and confidential. They are between the coach and the coachee. Even after the AMBA, our students never leave ABS community. We want to make sure that our students are part of a big community and that they are up to date with the skills they will need in the future. So we do that through the lifelong learning. Our students will be invited to series of events, and they have access to resources. This program is quite flexible, so some of our participants are not ready to register for the full program, so we give them the opportunity to register for only 4 modules, which will give them a postgraduate certificate. For the one who register for 8 modules, they will get a postgraduate diploma, and of course for the participants who register for the entire program, they will get an MBA. There are some participants who will choose to register for 4 modules, have the postgraduate diploma, and then come back later for the whole MBA, and it's possible to do so. I'd like to say a few words about the admissions. So the candidates can apply on our ABS website, fill their informations, and send their resume. After checking if their background may fit with our program, we invite them to an interview with a jury to get to know more about them, to know their motivations, their contribution to the cohort and to Africa Business School, and their English level. So our candidates must hold a bachelor degree with 5 years experience or have 10 years experience if no bachelor, and of course demonstrate proficiency in English. So here are the main features of this program. And François, maybe you can tell us more about the key outcomes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miriam, for the main information about the program. So yeah, we spent some time to tell you about the key outcomes, what we call the graduate attributes, and they are valid to all the graduates of Africa Business School. Africa Business School has been developed around a very strong set of principles, vision, mission, and values, and a set of attributes that we want all of our graduates to have, including our MBA students. So these attributes are, of course, around the fundamentals, which means that it is important for any of you to master the main elements of management and the main disciplines of management. But very quickly, we move to a higher level learning, particularly in terms of being able to formulate and implement recommendations that will be innovative and socially and ethically responsible, adding value to your organization and to the society in Africa and beyond. That's the opportunity to mention that we are called Africa Business School for a reason. We are focused on Africa, and this also is very obvious, hopefully, in our MBA. The third one is about the communication that's supposed to be effective, the autonomous communication, and communication as a creative leader, but also being able to function collectively as a team player and as a catalyst of learning. Again, strong emphasis on leadership in the program, leadership for yourself, and that's, for example, through the coaching, but also leadership of others. And again, you would find the social, economical, and ethical dimensions that are very important. Another one around techno-fluency, you will see either in some of the electives or in many of the courses. It is important as a manager and as a leader that you are able to understand how the technology is enough, and we talk about, for example, big data, or artificial intelligence, or etc., not being a master of it or not being an engineer in these areas. We are an MBA, but that you are able to understand them enough to be able to manage people and be able to offer recommendations and on how to take into account this element, particularly in the strategy. And the last one, which is particularly obvious for the past 20 months, we live in a complex and uncertain world. It influences the decision-making process. So it's important for an MBA graduate that these dimensions are understood and taken into account. Maybe, Miriam, now you can tell us a bit more about the program schedule. Miriam, are you here? I don't hear you. Miriam?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes, that's good. Yeah, so can you tell us about the program schedule?
François, hello?
Yes, do you hear me?
You hear me now?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, sorry, internet. So the first year of the program is dedicated to the fundamental phase, when students will work on the core modules. And the next 6 months are dedicated to the electives and dissertation. We are organized on 6 terms, and each term lasts 8 weeks of study, 1 week of exams, and 3 weeks of break. Each week is dedicated to a specific topic, and all the students must start and finish the week at the same time as their peers, even if it's asynchronous, which means that there is no specific timing to get online during the 8 weeks, but they still have to start and finish the week together. The professor conducts the course and gives readings, videos, assignments. There are a lot of interactions in the forums, etc. So we start with 2 integrative modules, Growth Mindset with Professor David Hayes and Creating Sustainable Value with Professor Michel Fender. Then we will move to Managing with and Within Complexity and Action Learning Project. And maybe François, you can give us more details about this module.
Yeah, so the Action Learning Project is one of the unique features of this MBA. What does it mean? It means that we give you at least 12 months, because it's something that starts very early in the program, at least 12 months to really work on a project. It can be it would be a consulting type of project. It can be for a private organization, it can be for a large one, a small one. It can be also for a not-for-profit organization. But the idea is that you are involved in a real consulting program that adds real value to an organization. So there are many types of them, and we give you at least 12 months so that you really have time to work not only on the definition of the project and whatever information you need to gather, but that you are also able to work on the implementation and see the outcome of your projects. These projects can be all over Africa. They need to have an impact one way or another on an organization in Africa. Again, it can be a private, public, for-profit, not-for-profit. But the very important feature is that it's not happening at the end of the program. We started very early in the program. You do that as a team, of course, of 3, 4, 5 students. And you really have time. You have a coach, also one of the faculty who is assigned to you, and you really have time to work on a project, to see a real project and have a real experience. Mariam?
Thank you, François. So after the end of the second term, we will move to more functional modules as marketing, operations, strategy, and finance. Then we move to the customized phase, where students can choose 3 electives among a list: business analytics and artificial intelligence, innovative corporate finance, entrepreneurship and innovation, energy and sustainability, supply chain and logistics. As we already said, the coaching sessions will take place all along. And as a reminder, 4 modules equal to postgraduate certificate and 8 modules postgraduate diploma. François, maybe you can tell us more about the program advantages?
Yeah, as a summary, and then we'll move directly to the questions after that. Some of the advantages of the program and uniqueness of the program. We mentioned already the fact that we have quite a few at the start integrative modules, which you don't find in many MBAs. You can design your own learning journey, which means that you can get the certificate after 4 modules and then have a break if you want. You can even, because we start 4 times per year, you can even have a break at about any time. Of course, it's better if you follow your cohort, but you have lots of flexibility on your learning journey. This is asynchronous, meaning that 99% of the time you don't have to be at a specific time and day connected. Of course, as Mariam mentioned, you all start, it's still a cohort, it's still an MBA, so you all start at the same time and finish at the same time a module, but inside that, the interactions are asynchronous. So of course, it means that you need to connect particularly to the forums regularly, very regularly, but it can be at any time of the day or night, wherever you are on Earth, it does not matter. We use a lot, you will see a few in the next slide, of the international, of course, our international permanent faculty and also our international affiliated professors. So we have a faculty with experience in Europe, in Asia, in the US, obviously in Africa, North Africa, southern part of Africa, etc., etc. So you really have access to people with different background and intercultural experience. You will be able to meet a learning community of executives and entrepreneurs from all over Africa. We have, because we are based in Morocco, we have a majority of students from Morocco, but we also have students coming from the Middle East, students coming from Central Africa, from Southern Africa. So it's really covering, if not the world, at least many countries, which is very important to have a rich experience. Action learning at the core of the program, I mentioned it particularly for the action learning project, but not only. We have lots of webinars, we have industry visits, etc., which can be organized. These ones would be optional. We are even thinking about having an optional study trip for those of you who want and who can dedicate some time. So there are lots of activities which are definitely very hands-on. 8 weeks modules I mentioned, so it's not too long, not too short. We think it's the right time, giving you time to interact with your peers and interact with the faculty. Some of the faculty I mentioned, so some are based in Morocco, but coming from elsewhere. Somewhere are elsewhere, some others are elsewhere, etc., etc. So very diverse experiences, definitely from the different faculty members that we hope, again, makes a very rich experience. So now I think we can stop here, Miriam, and see if we have any questions that we can obviously answer.
Yes, we have a first question from Wahed Boussaid, who's asking, is this online MBA accredited yet? I know the process is ongoing. Can you give updates about this?
So indeed, the MBA is not accredited. The international accreditation process is something that takes quite a long time. So as you said, I see that you are very informed because you know that it's ongoing. To be honest with you, it takes some time. So it will come, but at a later stage, like for any recent business school. The way we do it in terms of quality of the program, because that, I guess that's the question behind the accreditation, is that, as you have seen, we are using a lot of international faculty. I mean, even our own faculty has a lot of international experience, including in accredited and highly ranked business schools. So that's the way, one, and two, we designed this program also using feedback from the industry as much as possible. So that's the way we ensure that this program is fully relevant for the corporate world and is fully on par with what you could find in institutions which are older than us. So had the opportunity to go through the accreditation process. Regarding the agri-sector, yes, so that's a very good point. We are working on introducing electives on agribusiness because, as you say in the question, this is a very important topic in the world and obviously a very important topic in Africa. So yes, it's coming. We'll not put it in the slides because we don't have the exact titles yet, but yes, it will be offered as part of the electives. Any other questions?
We have a question from Hassan, who's asking about starting the Africa Business School in Saleh Jadida. I think Hassan is talking about the UM6P campus, I think.
Okay. So yeah, so this you will see when it comes up. It's an online MBA, so you don't have to come on campus. That's the good news. But if you were not far, you can come to our campus, our Africa Business School campus in Rabat.
In Medina TFN.
Yes, downtown Rabat. On the cost, I invite you to register your interest through our website to the program, and we will give you the details, including there are different scholarships that you have access to depending on your situation. Again, all the information would be online on the UM6P website and on the ABS website. But the best thing to do is that if you register your interest, you will be contacted very soon by one of our associate customer representative, and you can discuss more than the cost, also the scholarships, obviously.
I don't know if we have more questions. Or maybe we gave all the details.
That's good news. Of course, if you have any questions after, again, if you go on the ABS website on the dedicated page and you register your interest, or even more, start your application process, you will be contacted by our team, and they will be able to answer any other question that you may have about the program. Okay, so if they are, do we need professional experience for the online MBA? Yes, we have put 5 years minimum. It's important, of course, if you have 4 years or 4.5 years, you can still submit with you. It's very important because in an MBA, there is lots of exchange, lots of interaction between the faculty and the students, and also between the students. And we relate, I told you about action learning and having it very much related to what's happening in businesses. So it's very important that you have some experience to be able to relate, share, share your own experience, and again, relate to your own experiences that you had. So yes, for an MBA, it's very important. But if you have less than 5 years of professional experience, we've got other programs, including the general management program, that could be interesting for you. So again, get in touch with our team, and we will be able to study exactly what is your situation and give you the best advice.
We have a comment from Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, thank you, Tony. I guess if this is the last comment, we can close for tonight. But again, any questions you may have after that, don't hesitate to get in touch with the team, and we'll answer that. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Miriam, and see you soon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.